I mostly date comics. Date a lot of comics. The thing about comics is they're like the same in bed as they are on stage. They're like weirdly insecure about their performance. They're always like, how am I doing? How am I doing? I'm like, I'm laughing, aren't I?
We've traveled coast to coast to find the best comics in the country, and tonight we're bringing you their best jokes. This is Laughs. Hi, welcome to Laughs. I'm your host, Taylor Tomlinson, and tonight we have one of our biggest shows yet. More comics, more jokes, more laughs. Let's do this thing.
So, like you said, I'm from Detroit. Anybody familiar with Detroit? It's an appropriate response. We need your help, okay? I'm from Detroit. I moved out to LA. I live in a van. It's not funny. You know you're doing bad in life when you wake up to a parking ticket on your house. Every day I wonder, am I gonna wake up with new neighbors because somebody towed my vehicle? It's not good. I figured out the level of success I wanna reach. I want to get successful so I can live as comfortably as a white woman's dog. If I can do that, I made it, doggone it. White women love their dogs. Just treat me like that. Are you hungry? Tim, forget him. I can talk. I'm hungry.
I feel like this is a safe place to live. Like, I did get catcalled recently, though. This dude, I think I was being catcalled. This dude was like, hey, mama, hey. Just like that. A real wet sound at the front of his mouth. Like, I don't know if he was catcalling me or he had a problem with his retainer, right? I just kept walking, and I was like, no. And he didn't like that, so he reared back and threw a full can of beer at me. It missed. It hit the wall behind me and rolled to the ground. I know, I turned to him, and I was like, hey, next drink's on me. No, I ran. I got the hell out of there. It was terrifying, because it doesn't work, right? So I left. And I don't, people ask me, like, what were you wearing? Like, it matters. Like, you'd be wearing a cute little dress, and you'll be asking for it. Hillary Clinton pantsuit, asking for it. It doesn't matter. But I have been thinking about that phrase, asking for it. I've been thinking about the group in our community that is, in fact, inviting harassment based on the way they look, and I figured it out. You know who it is? Those dudes who wear full professional cycling costumes. Why? Why is it so tight? I can see everything. I can see all you have. Who are you sponsored by? What is happening? It makes me want to bully them, particularly when they come clip-clopping into my favorite coffee shop, right? I'll have a latte full fat. I need the calories.
For 1 year of my life, I was a kindergarten teacher. We got any education folks in here? Yeah, support the troops. That's what I say, support the troops. No one tells you this. I was a kindergarten teacher. No one tells you this. All you're doing is domesticating wild animals. That is all. No one tells you that. And kindergarten teacher, that is not a job you can do with a hangover ever. Because punching kids in the face is illegal. You can't do that. You can't even choke them out if they get mouthy. Like, oh, what was that? There we go, bud. Nap time. Nap time. Shh. Sleepy. Sleepy. Like, I'm not a monster. I'd cradle the head all the way to the ground. Everyone else would learn a lot of stuff. They'd be like, oh my God, don't do that again. Yeah, don't. There's only so many movie days you're allowed to have in a row before people start asking pretty nosy questions. Right? Some of you know exactly where I'm going with this. Right? Like, Brian, why you watching kids, man? Why are you watching this movie? I'm like, today is a life lessons day, all right? That's why we're watching a movie. It's a lesson about 4 a.m. gas station hot dogs, and kids are never gonna forget this. Cinco de Mayo, big drinking day. Sexto de Mayo, guess what? Big movie day. That's all we're doing.
Had to move out of the hood. I moved out of the hood when I went away to college, and I moved into probably the whitest town in America. Believe it or not, I used to live in a small village in central New York called Whitesboro. Or as I used to call it, Whitesboro +1. because I think I was the only brother living in this damn town, and they had to make sure I was accounted for at all times. So. Just to give you an example of how white this place was, the official town seal of Whitesboro looked like a white dude choking a Native American. That's not funny. No, that's terrible. Yes, I'm not making this up. This is for real, all right? In protest of this sign, I thought it would be a cool idea if I went in front of this sign and I took a picture of me choking a white dude. And I'm happy y'all laughing at that part because the people of Whitesboro didn't think that was very funny at all. Posted it on Facebook, it went viral, and I had a bunch of strangers leaving me comments saying stuff like, "You can't go around just choking people." I was like, y'all can't go around just choking people. Y'all started it, seems to be what your town was founded on, all right? And things got awkward after that. I had to move because people started recognizing me in public, and it was just uncomfortable, you know? And it was a real shame because I just started to embrace my role as the only black dude in town, you know? I'm serious, it even got to the point where I started to get upset whenever I saw another black dude walking around Whitesboro. Because I'm territorial like that, you know what I mean? You know how hard it was for me to infiltrate their system? I broke it down. I'm not trying to share this with nobody else. Now all my white neighbors baking me cookies and cupcakes and stuff. I'm getting banana bread. I never even knew about banana bread before I moved to Whitesboro.
I live in LA. I was dating this girl who was in a sorority in college. So she had a lot of guy friends who were in frats. And they never really grew out of that frat mode. And we went to hang out with them for the first time one night, and she was like warning me. She's like, you know, they say things, and just don't let them get to you, okay? They're kind of mean, just don't let them get to you. That's what she kept saying. I was like, don't let them get to me. I do stand-up comedy. I have no soul. You can't get to me, I'm already dead inside. I was like, they're not gonna get to me. We walk into this apartment, 3 of them are sitting on the couch, and I was like, what's up, fellas? Dude in the middle sits up and goes, what's up, fellas? What's up? I was like, all right, they got to me. Let's get out of here. I can't. I'm a fragile man, and they broke me.
People are ordering drinks. The drink names have gotten out of control these days. I was at a show, a guy was drinking a mudslide. You know what a mudslide is? It's like I don't know what it is. I was like, I'd never heard of that. I was like, man, we're so arrogant as Americans. We have alcoholic drinks named after the natural disasters of other countries. Like, go to India and order a mudslide. It's very offensive, okay? Here it's fine, but just you gotta know, it's like going to Ireland and ordering a car bomb. Again, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing, here it's fine, but you just gotta know where, like, what if you were just sitting at a bar and some foreign Russian dude pulled up and started ordering drinks named after American disasters? You'd be very offended. He's like, let me get a Hurricane Katrina. What? It's like 13 ounces of alcohol in a 12-ounce glass. Oh, that's a great joke. Get out of here. That's a great joke. Comes with an umbrella, but it's flipped over at the bottom. I'm just saying, you wouldn't order that drink. Somebody pulls out the bar. Let me get an OJ. No, it's just orange juice. And you get to go outside and stab somebody. It's pretty cool. It's a nice drink. That's stupid. Maybe somebody's like, I don't know, I had a long day. Let me get a Bernie Sanders. The bartender's like, what's that? Like, that's where you buy a drink you can't afford and the guy next to you pays for it. Okay, yeah, mixed response. Yeah, I don't know, okay. This is Cleveland, know where you're at, sir. Okay.
All right, universal feelings. We all have them. I don't care where you are in life or what you're doing. We all have the same exact feeling when certain things happen. We all agree. Like, for example, when we start the car and the engine's already on, oh my God. I am so sorry, car. Pretty sure if a car is being molested, that is the noise it would make. We all have the same sheer panic when Motel 6 sheets hit us in the lips. Right? Everyone knows low-end motel, nothing touches anything. Get the hoodie on, you zip it up tight. We all know what it is to about to be blown up with a propane tank gas grill combo, right? The self-ignition lighter has never worked, so your face in mid-August sun is right in front of that grill, and you just keep hearing You're like, oh my God, this is gonna go nuclear right in my face. And you're like, I do need these 2 hot dogs, you know what I'm saying? Just in case. What do we do just in case for defensive measures? Just in case it does blow up in my face. At the same time I try to start it, I'm gonna cock my head 30 or 40 degrees. That way the blast will only rip through 60% of my face. Like a doctor's ever like, thank Christ you tilted your head.
There are so many more great comics coming up, so stick around. Laughs will be right back.
There's a lot of things that is just really tough for women in particular, but they do have one thing easier than guys have it. They have the ability to describe their body with fruit shapes. You know, apple shape, pear shape. I can't walk into a Macy's and be like, do you have anything in baguette?
Welcome back to Laughs. The best comics in the country? Yeah, we got that. Here you go.
I went to Hawaii recently. I've never been to Hawaii. I didn't know this. You can swim with sea turtles in Hawaii, which is amazing. The only thing cooler than that are the signs on the beaches where you swim with sea turtles, and this is true. Look it up. On those signs, they read, please do not touch or ride the sea turtles. You guys know that sign probably used to just read, please do not touch the sea turtles. And we made them get more specific, right? Just some guy who looks like me arguing with his wife on the beach like, no, Camille, if God didn't want us to ride him, why'd he build those badass saddles on their backs? I'm gonna be a sea cowboy and you can't stop me this time. My favorite thing about that sign is people from all over the world vacation in Hawaii, right? But that sign only written in English. Oh yeah, it's just for us. It's for us and like 3 rude Canadians. You get what I'm saying? We're the only group of people that would see a beautiful, majestic, endangered animal and be like, hey, I'm gonna ride the hell out of you. Oh yeah, I'm gonna ride the hell out of you. I'm gonna tame you. The weirdest sign I've ever seen is in Seattle, Washington. And in Seattle, Washington, there's a park. And in that park, there's a tree. And on that tree, there's a sign. And on that sign, it reads, with no further explanation, no piñatas allowed. Do you guys have any idea how many separate piñata-related events had to have occurred before they went down to the sign shop and had that bad boy custom made? That's not just hanging on the wall of a sign shop, people, all right? An adult went into a place of business and spoke to another adult and was like, hey, this has gotta end.
I had to renew my weed card last week. Yeah, on top of renewing my card, I had to go get a new doctor because my old doctor turned into a Curves. I was completely unaware of that fact. Walking all the way into the Curves just like... Do y'all still do weed cards? No, sweetie, we're at Curves. Oh. You mind if I hang out and see if I can't get a few phone numbers? This is kind of my bread and butter. It's true. I like women that go to Curves because it's women who want to work out but really don't, you know? I'm not saying Curves is a bad business model, but when your gym is always adjacent to a Quiznos, you're having a hard time losing weight. So I went to Google and I found the cheapest weed doctor you could find, because that's what you do. And I found this dude and I go to his office. I'm sitting in the office like 20 minutes. In that 20 minutes, I see like 15 people come in and out. I'm like, this dude is just giving out cards very quickly. I want to at least have some fun with him. When I sat down, he goes, sir, what's your reason for needing medical marijuana? I was like, oh, lack of appetite. He's like, sir, that's obviously not applicable to you. And I'm like, dude, you're 2 months away from being a curves. Why don't you take my money?
There's more comedy coming. Laughs will be right back. Welcome back to Laughs. It's time to get to the good stuff. Here we go.
That's it. You're looking at me like, when did Tyler Perry grow a beard and lose himself? When did he not care about his body anymore? I'm not Tyler Perry, because you don't get him for free. But if I was Tyler Perry, and if there's the 3 black people that are here, if you know Tyler Perry, I heard when I was in LA, they said he's gonna start remaking some shows from the 80s perspective. To the 3 black people, don't. Tell them don't. Because I like the shows the way that they are in the 80s. You guys remember the shows in the 80s and the 70s a little bit? You remember those shows? They were pretty awesome, right? Yeah. Just imagine some of those shows from a black perspective. Black to the Future would not make it. Number 1, because I can't get my 88 Cutlass up to 33 gigawatts. And number 2, if I got out the car at the wrong place, I'd be like, I wonder where I'm at. Hey, boy! It's not right. Dukes of Hazzard wouldn't make it from a black perspective. Well, they sell moonshine for 3 years and just outran the law to Uncle Jesse's house? I got cousins that sold weed for 2 weeks and got busted. The police would not have that. It wouldn't even come on. They'd be like, just some good old boys. Pow-pow. Looked like the Duke boys done got themselves in some trouble. I know one show that wouldn't have made it because we should have questioned it before. You guys remember Happy Days? Why didn't everyone question that show? From a white perspective. I'm talking about Fonzie, ladies and gentlemen. He was 50 years old, knocking down high school chicks, and no one said anything. Half of them didn't want to have sex with him, and he'd be like, hey.
Kind of a fun fact for you guys. Did you know that you're twice as likely to die in a female-named hurricane than a male-named hurricane? You guys know about it? It's true, and they wanted to know why, so they looked into it. They looked at the strength of the hurricanes. They looked at where they were hitting. They found all these things were equal. The key difference, people are just twice as likely to flee a male-named hurricane. One feminist. I'll explain for the rest of you. The female-named hurricanes are taken less seriously than their equally qualified male counterparts. This means that during Hurricane Katrina, some dude was like, Katrina? Nah, just that time of the month. Give her a couple days, she'll calm down. No. You want people to be afraid of hurricanes? Name them terrifying things. Like if you turned on the radio and the guy was like, Hurricane, I think mom is drinking again, is headed straight to New Orleans. Well, scarier than Hurricane Pam, in my opinion.
Coming up, it's my favorite part of the show. It's time to bring up the closer. We'll be right back with the last laugh. Well, we had a ton of great comics on the show tonight, but only one can be the last laugh.
My Bobo, she lives pretty close to here. We're talking grandmas. That's the name I have for my grandmother, Bobo. We don't call her by her human name anymore. She's oh, you were Sharon? Well, you're not anymore. You're Bobo now. You had a kid, the kid had a kid, the kid named you. You're Bobo. That's how this works for you now. You get renamed in your 50s by children. Every time I visit my grandmother, I always gotta take her to church. Ugh. I don't know if you guys have ever been to church, but at the front of all of them, there's a dude nailed to a cross. What a nice, pleasant place to bring your grandmother, huh? You know, a guy nailed to a cross. You know, every church I've ever been to, right there at the front, and they never take it down. They don't even take that down for Christmas. You know? How messed up is that? They don't take that down for Christmas. Like, hey, see that sweet baby in the manger? Well, spoiler alert.
Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Man, we shoved so much comedy into this one episode. I don't even have time to finish this sentence. You know, for every person that subscribes, we feed 10,000 hungry children. Oh, no, we don't do that. I thought, we don't, I'm sorry. Did you already hit subscribe? Damn, okay, it's embarrassing. You know what, I'm gonna go make my nephew a sandwich. That'll fix it, right?